Phone. Don't wait. Call now.
So the president's taken some fire from House Democrats for his handling of the housing matter. Outgoing Democratic Congressman Dennis Cardoza saying the following: I am, quote, dismayed by the administration's failure to understand and effectively address the current housing foreclosure crisis. Home foreclosures are destroying communities and crushing our economy, and the administration's inaction is infuriating. The California Democrat heads up the Blue Dog Coalition, moderate Democrats. He's my guest now from the Hill. Sir, good morning. You're rolling grenades down the hall on your way out of office, aren't you?
Well, I'm trying to get my point across that more needs to be done to deal with the foreclosure crisis in America. We have a real challenge with the American economy, and this is a big part of it, construction and housing.
Why do you think they have failed on? I mean, you're not mixing words here. Why do you think they failed on this, sir?
Well, I'm not mincing words because I've been trying to get them for 3 years to do a more aggressive policy. I don't know if they're too close to Wall Street, they're protecting the banks, or they just don't understand the policy, but they clearly have not gotten it right to date, and it's time to do it right.
Now, was health care a distraction? Do you put that into your equation?
Whatever the distractions have been, you know, when you're President of the United States, you have to be able to multitask. You have to do all the different challenges that are presented to you. Frankly, I believe that a lot of this crisis was caused during the Bush administration, but it's up to President Obama to fix it now, and we need more attention to this problem.
Why do you think they missed it then? Were they not aware? Did they not go see districts like yours? By the way, your home district, 53, this is Central Valley, California, 53% of homeowners are underwater. 70,000 have lost homes since 2007. You say at least?
At least. The numbers I use are 30% of my constituents in some communities that I represent have lost their house already. During the Great Depression, nationwide it was 27%. So in my communities, they've already experienced the Great Depression and more. But in some of my communities, over 70% of the homes are underwater. It's devastating.
What should they have done?
Well,
throw out some ideas, you know, if you were able to get done what you wanted to get done. And clearly you won't because you're out after this term.
Well, hopefully they'll still adopt some of the policies I've laid forward. But one of the things that I think is important is I don't think people should be able to back out of their contracts that they made or back out of the deals that they've made. But I do believe it would have been beneficial for us to allow all Americans to refinance. I put forward a bill called the Home Act that says if we have underwater mortgages and the government backs your mortgage already through Fannie or Freddie or through FHA, that you should be able to refinance at the current low rates and stretch that refinancing out for 40 years. Lower the payments for all Americans. It's been scored that my bill would be the equivalent of an $85 billion tax cut and cost the American government very little money. In fact, I think it saves the taxpayers money because instead of paying out $8 billion a month in Fannie and Freddie defaults, we'd allow all Americans to take advantage of these new current interest
rates.
Well,
you wonder if that's a viable option that comes down the road or at some point. Can he win re-election at the moment?
Well, I think the biggest opportunity for the president to win re-election based on this kind of action is that the alternative candidates that are out there certainly aren't very strong and don't represent my ideology or a moderate ideology in my opinion. But time will tell, and it's about the best ideas for America.
All right, Dennis Cardoza, appreciate you coming on today, okay? The Democrat from California. Thank you for your time.
Well, the government